All right, lesson 5. Hopefully you guys have gone through 1, 2, 3, and 4, especially if you're a beginner, learning proper technique, proper dexterity in your hand, so that we can get you through a couple songs and get you moving with your guitar. The last one we did was A7 to D, and then D to an easy G we did. What I want to do now is try to get you to be able to go from a D chord to what I would call a C add 9. So we're on our D chord and we want to make sure our wrist is back towards our tuning keys still, just like in all the other lessons. If you haven't watched them, please go to them and work on those every day for 10 minutes and build your strength in your hand. It's a great method that I've been using since 1997 that I've come up with to help people get through guitar. Now what I want to try is put your pinky down with your D chord. So we're going to have our pinky and finger 3 as like an anchor. And we're going to push in with our thumb on the back, as we should with all our chords and our changes. We should always have pressure applying on the back, pressure applying on the front. And now I want you to keep all 4 fingers down. And you see this finger 2 here. I want you to bring 2 and try to go to string 5. While leaving 1, 3, and 4 on their notes. And bring it back down to 1. Now this is tough for a lot of people because they're trying to get their hand in the right spot. Don't forget my hand's by the tuning keys here. And that really helps. The other thing is it's tough to see, so I tend to sit like cross-legged so I can see my hand really well. I sit a bit like a... with my legs crossed like this, right? So that my guitar's up and on an angle. We don't want to be like, you know, our guitar's way down here or way over there. We got to have it up, sitting on our leg, and our arms basically on the back is bracing it. See how my arm's sitting across it? Like that. All right? So, because this is a tough change if you're a beginner. I know, I remember. That's why I've come up with all of these ideas to try to save time and get more people into playing guitar. So put your pinky down and try to slowly bring 2 to 5. And slowly bring 2 back down. And slowly bring 2 to 5. Because you're teaching it where to go, right? What string to land on and what fret. Don't forget we're going into fret 3. So we only have pinky and finger 3 and fret 3 right now. Now finger 2, this one, we always count 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thumb is a thumb. Finger 2 is going to 5. Great exercise. Do it for a few minutes until it feels like it can just do it without going, oh my God, this is hard. I get it. It is hard, but everything seems to be hard when you first try it, and then all of a sudden you start doing things like this after a while. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen after a minute. You might have to spend 10 minutes and do it slow first, right? Teach your things on guitar slowly. All these exercises you want to move nice and slow. All right, so once you get that one going, the next move would be take finger 1 and move it up a string. Hold it, move it down a string. Hold it, make sure you got pressure. You're pushing in with your thumb, your fingers. Finger 1 goes up again. Believe it or not, I have seen students where they just try to push with their fingers like this and they just have their thumb sitting there. I didn't really notice. It's hard to tell. But I did see one student doing that, and now I've noticed a lot of students are doing it. You have to push in with your thumb and in with your fingers, so it's like a clamp. All right, so now we got finger 2 working. You can stop the video and practice these for a bit. And finger 1's working. Okay, next big move. Trying to get 1 and 2 to lift and go back down to the strings they lifted off of. Just for now. It's just mind work, really. All right, once we get that, don't forget your hand shouldn't be this way and all scrunched up. Should be kind of back towards the tuning keys. And I don't mean like that craziness, but more towards the tuning keys. And make sure that you can get a pen or a pencil between your hand and the guitar neck. I'm not like this. All right. Perfect. So now what we want to do is we keep our pinky down. That's not really a D chord. It's a D suspended chord. It's actually used in free falling. Then he goes to an A. So we'll teach you how to get through that one too. A lot of rhythm hand work. We got to talk about timing and rhythm and things of that nature. Okay, so once we can get 1 and 2 to lift off and come down, like that. Now we can get 1 and 2 to go up. Remember, finger 2 went to 5, and 1 went to 4. So we're going to lift fingers 1 and 2 up and push them up to their strings. And what we want to have is we want finger 2 to almost touch string 6 so that we clear the string below it. Notice how I'm not way down here. Because if I do go way down there like that, then I'm touching string 4, the one that this finger's on. So we try to have it so it just touches string 6. Now I'm clearing it very well. And don't let your fingers be bent like that. All right, keep them up on their tips. All right. So that's another cool trick to know, is to make sure that, and same with finger 1. Have him almost touching string 5 because the sound is going to travel to this finger first anyways, regardless of how high up that finger 1 is. But the reason why I say that is so that you clear the strings below. Right? If your fingers are down too much, then we get this sound. We want to hear those nice notes you're trying to get. Nice and clear, so keep them up, touching the strings above. For these chords, you can do that. Now we got a nice clear sound. All right, so now once we get these moving, we have one more exercise to do. And what I get my students to do is try to lift off the pinky and 1 and 2 and 3 like that, and keep 3 pushing in. This guy keeps pushing in. And we're trying to control all 3 fingers while we're making 1 do something different. It's pretty crazy. It's like, you know, patting your tummy one way and then patting your head and stamping your feet and clapping at the same time. It's probably not going to be so easy. So pinkies down, fingers 1, 2, and 3 up. Why do I want you to do that? Well, because when we go from here to C add 9 and we get back to D, so maybe we should even try that here on C add 9, lifting all 3. So we can do that. And then we basically bring these fingers down, and now we got our D chord. Now we got our pinky ready to drop in. Will they drop in? Always dropping. Try in the beginning when you first learn. It's not going to happen, but always think about it. We don't want you doing things like this and things like that. I've had one student do that in all my career teaching, and it was very tough for him to play guitar after. So I try to make sure that you are aware that they have to land together. At first, it's going to be tricky to time them all to drop in together, but as long as you're thinking about it, that'll happen. All right, the next big move is maybe you want to keep anchored here and just strum down 4 times, if that helps you make the change. If not, and you can keep your pinky off and drop them in and get that, that's the better way. So we start off with a D chord. For now, I'm going to use my pinky and anchor, and we'll strum down 4. 1, 2. From the 4th string down with your pick, 3. And you always count from the bottom up. So the 4th string is 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all we're going to do. And when we go to the next chord, the C add 9 up here, we're going to strum from the 5th string down. So we got some pick to move too. We got to get from here to there as those fingers are moving up. That's a great exercise. Teach your pick to move with your fingers. So my fingers are moving, my pick's moving. All right, now we're going to try and do our count, and we're going to keep our 3 and 4 anchored, pushing in with our thumb, and we're going to start a count. I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Nice and slow. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. ready for our C add 9. 4 and 1. Nice and slow. 2, 3, 4 and 1. We do 2 counts of 4. 2. Now I'm thinking about my D chord. 3 with my pinky staying on. 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4 and 1. I pick one up to string 5. 2, 3, 4, and don't forget finger 2's touching string 6. 2, finger 1's almost touching string 5. 3, now I'm thinking about my D chord. 4 and 1. Notice I don't leave until after I say and 1. Otherwise we're cutting off bars in the music and it's not flowing properly. All right, so that's great. Once you get those working, then keep your pinky off and try to get a D, 2. Now we got lots to think about. That's why I said see if you can do this. Take those, don't even strum yet. Just see if you can get that. Pinky's off, we're bringing 1 and 2 up. We're dropping all of 3 in together. Again, in the beginning, you're gonna have things like this. But as long as you try to sort through it, make sure, try to get them to land together. Line them up slowly. Because you're teaching your fingers where to land right now. You're molding your hand to the guitar, basically. So if you can do it in a great order, like we're doing, we started with our E minors, A sus, E minor, A7, A7 to D, D to G. Now we're doing D to C add 9, and then we're going to work up to the hard chord, the G chord, and then we should be almost ready to do Can't You See by the Marshall Tucker Band, Sweet Home Alabama, and Time of Your Life by Green Day. There's a bunch of them that we can work on. So I hope these lessons are helping you guys. Please leave me some comments and let me know if it's helping you. And click on the subscribe button and the bell to get more notifications when I post new videos. All right, that was a great lesson today. Thank you for all your support on TJ's Easy Guitar. We're trying to give you all the tools that we use here in our school to get you started. There's a lot to learn, though. I've been studying since I was 8 years old, and I'm still studying, so it tells you there's tons to know. But yeah, if you want a private one-on-one class, please send me an email. It's in the text at the beginning of the video, and we can hook up online for sure. All right, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.